Hey guys, tightrope here bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Eindhoven country. Playing today spawning in the north we have ZodiAK playing as Soviets with mechanized support, airborne troops and combined arms. There's Karyl going for a tier 1 start who has mechanized support, guard rifle combined arms and industry. Karyl also known as Cheese Tonkatsu or Marshmallow Milk on Twitch. From the south, we have Relicaa playing as Ostheer, immediately going for German Mechanized. And Pussy S.L.A.Y.E.R playing as ZodiAK with Scavenge. This is a random team game. ZodiAK rank 1, Karyl around 30, Relicaa around 15, and S.L.A.Y.E.R, so I'll be calling him from here on out. Around 150. So definitely a bit of an edge here to the Allies. The double Soviet team. So it's a double combat engineer start. Uh-oh. Maybe not for long though. He's stuck himself. Needs the crates here. This might be a situation where you could plant another strip of wire to bump himself out. Kind of looks like that kind of situation, but it's been a while since wiring yourself in has been a problem. Maybe players aren't too familiar with those kind of solutions. You can also tick wire cutters, but he's in the enemy territory at this stage, and it's not going to work. Can't stop there. Have the chance of destroying these crates in these kind of fights, which is maybe his best chance. He's trying to continuously hit retreats to try and reduce their received accuracy so they can hang on for as long as possible. No run and gun from the Grenadiers, and they do get away. Very lucky break there for Karyl. But yeah, I think he could have planted another piece of wire to try and bump himself out. I'm not 100%, but worth attempting. Bit of fighting down the side. Looks like he's trying to bait the stern pies towards the M3A1. Load in. Hasn't got the flame upgrading yet. It's still in enemy territory. So he's going to try and go for a bit of a split here. Get that flamer upgrading. Pyro, if it can sit still, does do pretty good damage to the M3A1. It's just often they're getting pushed around, so it doesn't really work out. And a big force, double axis kind of 2-on-1ing ZodiAK at this stage. So he's slowly losing ground. He's doing a good job fighting from cover, but eventually getting overwhelmed, and Karyl getting off to a very slow start with this M3A1. Decided to repair it up as well before getting into action. Bit of a close call. Comes up to the stern powers on the far side. Fast retreat. And now jumping onto the fuel point. Chasing down on retreat. Oh, we're briefly stopping there, getting out of flamethrower range. M3A1 does drop off pretty hard with range. But the penals might add up to enough damage. It's going to be close. Now he's really, getting some great damage in close, and Sternpie ends up going down. Gotta be careful against those M3A1s. We don't see them too often these days, but with a long retreat path on the far VP, with a couple of squads into the retreat path as well. Nice kill. Coming across to the other side now. We've got a couple of Grenadiers here running defense. Does not have the Faust range bulletin though, rather curiously. Which I think is a mistake, such a strong bulletin. Especially if you're actually, using at least 3 Grenadiers. Okay, a 250 from Relicaa. You don't see these too often.
Our base is under attack.
Does have a hard time against a penal squad being put inside the M3A1 with PTRSs. The 250 does have much better armor than the M3A1, but it also has much worse penetration on its gun. But it comes around the corner with the Faust, bad pathfinding there, and the M3A1 is going to fall. Down it goes. And now loading in with a Grenadier into that. Rebuild on a combat engineer. Did I miss a combat engineer? Did I not restart the vent indicator? Alright. Cancels the combat engineer though now. Getting his tech going instead. Used to be in this commander, this would be the package you would get. A 250 with the LMG Grenadier inside it, pre-packaged. It's not a terrible thing to do as well, because it's quite mobile. You can stay at long range if you're worried about getting hit by a snare. Don't have the wiping potential, chasing a unit down, but it's not so bad. But yeah, pressuring the Allied fuel here. Trying to push down the far side, but everything's wide off. Penal's going to have a hard time at this range against the Stern Pioneers. So they're trying to soften them up as much as they can so the second Penal can win this fight. But there's a lot of manpower gone from Karyl to try and win that fight. Now I've got some Jaeger lights coming in from S.L.A.Y.E.R, which tend to be very effective against Penals in my experience. Got a quad for ZodiAK, incendiary rounds activated. Backs out of range of the machine gun, and now combat engineers on the side. Slowly chipping away. The incendiary rounds do deactivate as soon as you pack up, unlike some of the other machine gun abilities, which can continue. Sandbag sandwich there. Quad getting some nice work done. This was a very, very fast quad timing for ZodiAK. And given that he's up against... Oh boy. It'll be close. Oh, just gets out of range in time. Good reactions from ZodiAK. You got to be very careful. Quad will die fast to an AT gun. Just 2 shots. It's not particularly good in terms of move speed stats, so it can be hard to dodge the follow-up hit. But yeah, because Relicaa went for the 250, you're kind of expecting not to go up against 222 as well. So I guess you can go for like something a bit softer in the anti-tank department. The quad instead of the T70 and still do fine. Interesting, Karyl did go for that early tech structure production, but ended up building that second combat engineer, rebuilding it. Does end up delaying the T70 if that was a plan, and given that he went for a fast tier 3, it probably was, so maybe it would have been better to skip that rebuilt combat engineer and go straight for the T70. Good opportunity here to crush away some of this wire with the 250. 250 does gain reinforcements at Vet 1, so I think that's what he's utilizing it for now. Quite a short reinforcement radius compared to other half-tracks. The ones that come with it by standard. In fact, I think I might have covered that in my guide about double MG, double Pio starts.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
So you've got to get this thing in harm's way if you want it to be effective. Mind triggering there. Trying to attack this wire, strangely. Doesn't quite get the suppression. Penal's now coming in on the flank. Do have a Zis for ZodiAK rolling up. Slowly though, it's in camouflage. Reposition on the machine gun here, but we've got a machine gun shooting the other machine gun. Quad coming in now. But the pack setting up. Next once. Slow to back away here. That's going to be a follow-up hit. Ooh. Pop the speed boost, which, you know, is pretty much always worthwhile attempting since it does reduce target size, make it less likely to get hit as well. Even if you can't get it out of harm's way in time. There's a barrage on the machine gun, but doesn't really have enough infantry to support this position there. Under pressure. Rebuild on the half-track from ZodiAK. Wasn't expecting that. And the Allies are really in some trouble. Karyl going for that fast tier 4 in the end. So it makes sense why we didn't see a T70 earlier. But so far the penals haven't been terribly successful. You can see them very high in vet. We've already got, you know, vet 2 Volksgrenadiers. Vet 2 on all these Grenadiers. It does seem to be maybe a thing where penals are slightly slower to vet than other main lines. In my experience as well. Capping on the fuel. We've got the S.L.A.Y.E.R, but I don't think it's going to have vision, even if it did have the flak gun upgraded. Here comes some obers now, and this is going to make life even harder for these penals. Not even coming in with the 2-star vet advantage over the obers. They start to fall off quite sharply now. ZodiAK losing control of the fuel, having a hard time pushing back onto it. Pretty good rifle nade. Quite a few models were out of cover. Launches them. Try to kill off the haystack there to clean off the cover. This is kind of bad news for Karyl, going for a fast tier 4 strategy, losing control of the fuel. It's just trickling in. So the first medium is going to be extremely slow. And ZodiAK actually rebuilding this as the quad. That's very interesting. You can see S.L.A.Y.E.R already has a flak panzer in the build. It's a very fast flak. And Karyl doesn't have an answer to this at all. Oh wow, he actually built tier 2. He's side-tipped. He's building a mortar. Oh, he can build as this. Has locked into industry now as well. Popping up a recon plane. Just an idea to try and scout the location of this machine gun, try and avoid it with this penal blob. But the flak panzer makes short work of it. At least that does give him some heads up. Okay, flak panzer's coming. Now I've got some time to pull back a bit, maybe upgrade one of these penals with PTRSs. And try and get a ZIS in production. Could also go for an SU-76. Maybe doesn't quite have the fuel for that even though. Just about there. None of the penals getting upgraded with PTRSs, so just going to be relying on the ZIS. Don't know if I've seen any mines go down for Karyl either to defend this kind of position. Even though he does have the double combat engineers. Really been getting bullied by S.L.A.Y.E.R. And this mortar kind of arriving at a bad time. Doesn't have opportunity to set up and fire. Spotting scopes on the 250, that's interesting. Does it get a vision bonus? Doesn't look like it. Black Panzer disrespectful coming into the Soviet base. Takes a ZIS shot though. And recon plane getting shot down, giving Karyl the opportunity to save the day. If he didn't have that warning, Could have been in some real trouble there. And now finally has the fuel just about for a medium tank of his own, but nowhere near the manpower. And against the Flak Panzer, it's going to be hard to save up that manpower as well. Combat engineers go down the far side. Uh-oh. Command tank out for Relicaa. Is, you know, maybe a touch risky. Okay, we've got a second AT gun now for ZodiAK. Touch risky for both the Axis teams to go for tanks that can't really fight back against an allied medium. But you know, it's random teams after all. These things can happen. There we go, Flak Panzer finally forced off. Gonna need some repairs. Sternpie's back at base, so we'll give some time maybe to branch out, get some work done on this side of the map. Even bring the ZIS all the way up. Okay, smoking. Looks like he wants to come in for a mass satchel charge kill on the tech truck. We saw this maybe even from Karyl earlier with mass gammon bombs. Here we go. Flak Panzer's coming in to do some pushing. Try crush. Ooh! Oh no! 2 penals down, maybe a third. They only threw 1 satchel. Loses the Flak Panzer, but all 3 penal squads die in the process. Big plays there from S.L.A.Y.E.R. Did lose the machine gun in the center though to the quad while this is going on. Ouch. Looks like ZodiAK going to be able to pick that one up. Maxim sets up at an awkward angle. LG Grindy's getting around the corner. Dropping some 105 artillery down. ZodiAK going to get forced all the way back, and VP's starting to drain out fast here for the Allies. Second AT gun in the build for Relicaa. This is actually a good situation to build a howitzer. You know, the Allies are so clumped in this tiny area of the map. The continuous fire of the howitzer is actually going to be very hard for them to avoid. And Relicaa in a position where, you know, ticking up to battle phase, building a Werfer could actually be, you know, a little bit challenging. So this is a situation where I would actually wholeheartedly approve of a howitzer. If you're you know, a memer, you could even build it like super far forwards to try and reduce its scatter as well. Try to strangle out their allies. But yeah, rocket artillery kind of needed to finish the job. The Soviet team has got a bunch of team weapons, and need that artillery to try and polish them off. Close call there on the ZIS, but the quad keeping it safe. Branch out to the far VP now. Command tank a little bit inactive down the far side. Going to come out to the VP area. The ZIS not going to be able to cover it out here. Nice machine gun work. And now we've got a Panzer IV for S.L.A.Y.E.R. Makes sense. Expecting a Soviet medium shortly, but Karyl's actually going for KV-8? What's that?
Supply lines have been cut.
Okay, yeah, it is a KV-8. Alright. A little bit risky. Has managed to build himself back into 2 conscript squads while all this has been going on after all those penal losses, which I think is the right choice. Oh, this goes down at the back, and now the command tank looking to pounce. Try to put the boots to ZodiAK. There's 4 coming in to assist. Eagle Lights coming out of camouflage, throwing some infiltration grenades. The Kitten's there, gets one shot off. Second, and maybe a third. Let's call on the Jaeger lights. Oh, they do end up going down. Some lucky shots there from the conscripts, but the conscripts also falling to the Panzer IV. Taking a couple of hits from the AT guns. God. Speeding away to safety there.
Our renovated HQ is ready, and heavy tanks are now available.
Repairs now for that KV-8. Does have 2 vetted up engineers though. And the planes. Minor damage to the MG42. Looks like that's gonna... I thought it was gonna head over to the VP. No, he's keeping it in here, and wow, nice roughing-ate. Heavy cover, not enough to save that Maxim for ZodiAK. But the Allies are doing a pretty good job of slowing the VP drain. And that's something I'll be focusing on as Relicaa right now. Trying to keep the triple cap running as long as possible. KV-8 not quite full strength, but coming out to fight. Looks like those mines have been triggered, so there's a clear path to maybe come in and get some wipes. We've got a relatively low health Volksgrenadier out here. This could be trouble. A little bit slow in the chase with the KV-8. Might allow this squad to escape. Maybe also playing it safe. No AT gun support down the far side. I can also switch off to the 45mm gun. Yeah, the Panzer IV... Okie Panzer IV is, you know, favoured to win the head-to-head, especially at mid to long ranges, but it doesn't kill the KV-8 particularly fast, so you can generally back away, unlike with the Panther, which kills the KV-8 reliably. Actually kill it quite quickly, and here we go, some more 105 artillery getting dropped down. ZodiAK running right into it. Like it just comes down a touch too slow though. It's an ability kind of similar to the Soviet one. Okay, Panzer IV doing a risky maneuver here. 2 AT guns, can he thread the needle? Mark vehicle active as well. Gets away. Ooh, I might have spoke too soon. That AT gun shot. Just missing his final attempt. I don't know if that was attack round or regular, but close call. And with the marked vehicle, that was definitely going to result in death. Walking Stuka now for Slayer. And a Werfer for Relicaa. One for the mortar. Doesn't get very good scatter though. KV-8 coming into action, even though it's got the damaged engine. And again, branching up to the far VP, slowing down the drain. The Allies are doing a very good job of that. Buying themselves maximum time to make this comeback. Looks like ZodiAK did manage to recover that Maxim that he lost. Didn't manage to kill it off. And now just going straight into a Katyusha. Interesting. Suppose, you know, it's not like Relicaa has a tank that's really threatening any dives or anything. So feels he can safely go for this. Katyusha. Maybe break through the forward reinforcement action that Relicaa's putting forth. Okay, here comes the walking Stuka, the double AT guns for Karyl. I think the target. Not a very good connection. It was pretty well targeted though. 2 kills. Easily could have been triple that. Is this creeping up? KV8 doing a pretty good job of damaging these Volksgrenadiers as they try to get the Faust off, and big flame damage. Down it goes, the double anti-tank guns now for Karyl. Coming out to the side with the Panzer IV. Oh, but the conscripts die. A bit too deep. Getting forced away by the Maxim. Sturmpire's not coming to repair. Okay, don't know what they were doing. Nothing productive though. Good Katyusha barrage, catching this team weapon formation and getting a double decrew. Gonna send his pyros over there. Gonna need to send the 250 over as well for some reinforcement. Moderate connection there on the Maxim, forces it to retreat at least. But the Katyusha did more damage in that one barrage than the Werfer did in 2. In fact, double the number of kills. S.L.A.Y.E.R now for ZodiAK as well. Okay, quad takes a shot here. This could be the end of it. No. The speed. KV8 threatening to come in, but good rotation of the pack by Relicaa. Does have quite a lot of manpower in reserve here. Is it Panther time now? Some more 105 artillery. Karyl hasn't really dodged away that far. This could be nasty. Uh-oh. Big hit on the double AT guns. The rest of them scatter way off to the side, right on the far corner. Lucky break for Karyl there. Easily could have lost his team weapons. And uh-oh, double AT guns lining up on the KV. Bounce. Was that the kill shot? It might have been. Lucky break. Campaign to build now for Relicaa. Here comes the second walking Stuka. A curious angle on that barrage. I think like a straight up and down here would have been more successful. Juice on the other side, machine gun dodging. Still alive, so 250 nearby can reinforce it again. Relicaa really making good use of that 250. I wonder what its vision is with the spotting scopes. I think it's just the normal, is it 50? So good, but not remarkable. Here comes the Panther, got the spotting scopes upgraded on that. He's not reinforced these team weapons. Oh, is that a pop cap? He is. He's at 100 of 100. That could make things a little bit awkward now for Relicaa. Oh, big bundle grenade wipe. Conscripts down. Pack inching forwards. And here comes the Panther now. A lost vision? Oh, gets vision because of the spotting scopes, but doesn't go in for the dive. This is there. Backs away. The lights coming in from the side here. Infiltration grenades are on cooldown, otherwise they could do some big damage. Oh, pack gets decrewed by the planes. Spotted for by the flares, and Relicaa kind of hanging on a knife's edge here. This could be nasty for him. Decent Werfer strike, but again, doesn't really get very good scatter. Only 2 models down from that Zis, in spite of it being right on target. So, it's Werfer not really getting the job done. It's, brought in to polish off ZodiAK with his team weapon heavy style, but it's just not getting the connections. And the Katyusha back the other direction is really hammering things home. Oh, nearly knocks out the 250 there. Does have the vehicle emergency repairs here. Should probably be using them. Looks like maybe Relicaa has forgotten. Oh! Combat engineers go down out the back. Good walking Stuka there. Slows the repairs. But, you know, the Allies are in control of 2 VPs at this stage. They are down under 100 VPs, but they got things going at this stage. So they're about to pop out another Panther, though. That could spell trouble for this KV-8. Coming out to the far side here. Sweepers did detect the mine, but didn't sweep it. We're going to try and chase this off, open up the capture. A lot of team weapons through the center. Yeah, it seems like Relicaa has really forgotten about those repairs, which is bad news because he's only got 1 Pyo. So he really does need the emergency repairs because his repair times are woeful at this stage. Could be getting a lot more work done with the Panther if he remembered that. Camouflage this is sneaking about. Makes him decrew. Doubles this barrage on the Raketin though. That gets extremely low. The Panther making a move, going in for the KV-8, which looks to be one shot. Might settle for the Katyusha. Shoots at the SU-85, misses. The Panzer IV, though, doing some circles. A bit of a drive-by. Oh, doesn't get a proper connection. Was moving for that shot. Only got an AoE hidden. Panzer IV trying to extract itself. Might have success. He's blitzing away. The AT gun's not setting up. Panther. Armor facing the right direction. Does get away. Now Relicaa's Panther making a move. Some decent hits in, but here come the conscripts for the anti-tank grenade. No. They don't get that off. The command tank getting stuck in. Panther trading well against the T-34. Now that's close to death. Looks like everybody's going to just back off. Hang on to their own units. At this stage, though, the Allies under the triple cap, draining out very fast. Here comes the Werfer. Again, pretty well targeted, but just one model goes down. Ooh. It looks like that walking Stuka did some damage, nearly knocked out the Katyusha. But yeah, you gotta be careful firing on the move. You know, you can miss those shots even close range. If you're stationary, that Katyusha would 100% be dead. And now this is bad news for the Axis. We've got a KV-2, but he's going to run over that mine that he detected with the sweeper earlier, paying the price. Quad ends up going down. Was that to an AT gun perhaps? Katyusha barrage onto the double grenadiers. They trying to dodge forwards and pretty successful. Don't take almost any damage from it. That's bounce here from the Panther. Yes, again. Command tank driving in here, trying to clear off the conscripts. Want to get this cap going. Keep that drain. 35 VPs left for the Allies. Here comes some infiltration grenades into the retreat path. But no dodge. So it's unsuccessful. KV-8 in a good position here. Big damage. Panther's still out back getting repaired up. But here we go. Panzer IV making a bit of a play. Wolf onto the machine gun. Oh, just survives. But I don't think S.L.A.Y.E.R should be trying to push into this area too much. Should be focusing on the flanks. Trying to avoid running head on into these double AT guns. Taking advantage of the KV-2 being, and the KV-8 as well, being quite slow in terms of move speed. Lots of draining now, 34 remain for the Allies. Recon plane up. Has activated the flak gun on the S.L.A.Y.E.R. Taking a while to shoot it down though. Doesn't have the pintle upgraded on the Panther either. Oh, there we go. The double Zis barrage takes out the Relicaa, and the Panther coming around the corner. He's dropped the 105 artillery down. Trying to make this move. Panzer IV coming in from the other side. The double AT guns lining up. Oh, God, that Panther just getting slammed on the rear armor. And down it goes. Reckless stuff there from S.L.A.Y.E.R. He's coming in with the Panzer IV trying to finish the job. But he's having trouble pinning the armor. Looks like that's going to go down as well to the anti-tank grenade this time. Does manage to decrew one Zis, but a bit of a throw there from S.L.A.Y.E.R. 19 points remaining, just need to camp out the VPs to close the show. Instead goes in for the kill on the KV-2. He loses both of his tanks as well as his Relicaa. One squad of Volksgrenadiers. Ouch. Gotta be careful that, you know, KV-2 doesn't have ultimate penetration, but does have deflection damage, so even when it bounces, still does a healthy amount of damage. Oh boy, is he, I think he's stuck himself in there building those sandbags. You've seen me do this a few times, seen this on my highlights video perhaps. Gotta be careful with conscripts planting sandbags right on the VP. Oh, it looks like he can vault out of this though. They did not have that option. Maybe the stern pies can wipe him. No. Come around the other side. Does eventually open up the VP. Jaeger-Lights coming in there to decapture. KV-8's not rotating. A few more points look likely to drain away here. T-34 switching sides here from ZodiAK, trying to stop this cap. No Panzerschreck on the stern piles. Does have a fresh Panther rolling up though. Maybe we can shut down this T-34. The Jaeger-Lights decapping. Looks like they're going to be able to complete the capture. Grenadiers trying to close the show through the center of the map. Oh, but they stop. I think they had an opportunity to decap and retreat safely. T-34 getting chased away. The conscripts coming in. Again, no machine gun upgrade for S.L.A.Y.E.R. Doesn't have the munis this time. That means that he won't really be able to help much against these conscripts, and now takes an engine crit as well. Jaeger-Lights. Oh, they do get a booby trap down. But they don't trigger while your own squad's inside the capture circle. The double AT guns now hounding the Panthers, trying to back away. There's some infiltration grenades! Mutually assured destruction, but using secure mode on the T-34 now, looking for the decapture. The Obers find the double anti-tank guns. Looking to decrew the low vet one. Relicaa's AT gun getting decrewed there. Looks like by the mortars. This going to set up to try and barrage away the MG. Secure mode. Stops the clock at 4 points. KV-8 now coming in. Where's that Panther at? S.L.A.Y.E.R. backed it all the way off and not in range of his mechanized truck to assist in repairs. Looking to stuke out the back. Decent connection. Pyos go down though, as well as the AT gun completely destroyed. Wheels are starting to come off now for the Axis. They got to be careful. Quite a few losses stacking up. And it looks like the KV-2 getting set up in siege mode. Use long range to try hold on to this VP in the center. And no, Grenadier is just thrown away in the center, taking massive damage. Feels to me like the Axis should maybe try give up on the center while that KV-2 is set up. Play on the flanks. Throws out a Molotov, so they have to leave cover eventually. Panther back healthy again. Finds a T-34. Not going to chase it down though. Trading shots here, Panther and SU-85. SU-85 not taking advantage of its 60 range. Allowing Panther to return fire though. Panther is hungry, wants to kill off this KV. Lost vision of it. Double AT guns lining up. Getting around the side, exposing his rear armor again. KV-8 doing a good job of dodging this Panther. Oh, the Panther always firing on the move, always missing. No machine gun, so can't threaten decrew effectively on those AT guns either. And here come the double T-34s. Panther's got to be careful here. Rear armor exposed. He's on the run. Gets out of there, but the Soviets doing a good job stopping the cap, and Relicaa again loses a unit trying to cap in the center. He's got to be really careful. Doubles this rolling up. Oh no, this is not looking good. Command tank now falling. He tried to fire out a smoke shell, but it's a tiny bit too slow. Here comes the walking Stuka. But a double dodge off to the side. Nearly actually knocks out the SU-85 with that walking Stuka though. Uh-oh. Flak Panzer took an engine crit. T-34 wanted to finish the job, but getting stuck on the VP flag. I haven't seen that before. Maybe are the conscripts trying to do something? Seems like the conscripts are somehow jamming that. Yeah, with their sandbag. They're trying to build a sandbag. Might have just allowed that Flak Panzer to survive. T-34 is still going to come in for the finishing shot and might actually find the Werfer while he's back here. Abandoned. T-34 is going to come in to finish the job. Sees the Werfer back there now as well. Werfer's trying to get away. T-34 misses. Radia's coming through for the Faust. The Panther's just so low though. Don't think that's going to be enough damage for the engine crit. But this one will be. Panther still getting repaired up, so can't really assist. And again, this is where Relicaa forgetting about the vehicle crit repairs. Maybe otherwise the Panther would be healthy enough to come in here and finish this off. Looks like the Axis are going to come out to this side. I think it's a good opportunity to try and 2-on-1, especially since Karyl actually has a lot of units down the far side. Don't really want to be sending in overs to try and go for those suicidal caps though. This is where it can be an issue trading all of your Volksgrenadiers for obers. Not very good in these meat grinder capping wars. Panther making a move, takes out T-34. There's an SU-85 there on one shot, but it looks like the Panther's already backing out. Fair enough. Good kill, but ZodiAK, what's that, his pop cap limit, so he's doesn't really feel that one. Not that punishing. Just get some mines down, but not over here. The Panzer IV finding an opportunity to get some work done. Some walking Stuka again. Comes in and it's going to be an engine crit. Panzer IV now backing off. Should still win the head-to-head, even though T-34 getting off to a good start here. And now the Panther's coming in. Not necessary though. Should just try focus on repairs. Here comes the Werfer. He's just not getting the connections with that Werfer. I think part of it is maybe lacking vision while the rockets are landing, increasing their scatter. And now the Axis are actually about to drain under the 100 VP mark. How quickly things have turned around from earlier. Basically all started by S.L.A.Y.E.R going in for the dive on the KV and losing both of his tanks. Really let the Allies out from under that stranglehold. KV has creeped forward a touch, now going for some cheeky attack rounds into the fog, hoping to catch some units back there. He's got the flares up now as well. Provide some vision. Here we go, big move through the center for the Axis. KV though, finding the Panther back here with some cheeky long-range attacks. Over's doing decently, but they've got some T-34s there, weakening them. Here comes the Panther, finds T-34, wants to kill it, needs one more shot. And there we go, knocks it out. T-34 diving in after the pack. We've got a Panzer IV there to protect. AA guns coming in from the side, but the KV-8 does fall to the Panther. This T-34 getting extremely lucky. Every shot on it so far missing. Where's this Panzer IV going? I'm not really sure. It looks like he's trying to get onto the rear arm of the KV-2. But here come the AA guns rounding the corner. Close range worth a strike. Good damage on the combat engineers, but the AA gun's still standing. Again, this is where not having the Pintle really hurts your DPS with this tank. Probably would have decrewed this one a lot earlier otherwise. Panzer IV coming out to the far side, but he's got to be careful. There's a T-34 here as well as a bunch of mines. The T-guns look likely to go down. He takes a main gun crit, so he can't even fight back. Oh, that's no good. Axis did manage to cap the center, but don't really have many opportunities on the other sides. Let's get these Obers mobilized, heading out to one of these angles. So still a little bit of time left the Axis to make some miracles happen. It's only 4 points they have to drain. Wouldn't take much. Oh, slamming home big damage. The Panther now in some trouble. Finds the Su-85, the AA guns lining up. Panther try and blitz away. Doing a pretty good job of it as well. Comes the walking Stuka, great connection. Goes in for the ram, doesn't quite connect. Panther, oh, misses a crucial shot though. T-34 still able to fire back, and now Karyl coming in trying to close the show with his T-34. But importantly, the Allies have capped the center, so they're gonna win this one on the victory points nonetheless. Ouch.
Another vehicle has been lost in the defense.
And there you go. So close here for the Axis. Such a strong start. The reinforcement 250 play from Relicaa, very impressive. And honestly, S.L.A.Y.E.R, like, way outperforming his rank here in the early stages against Karyl. Those penals were just getting handled. With the Allies kind of forced back into this tiny area of the map, suffering a triple cap. Very impressive that they managed to recover from that, though. ZodiAK really digging in, fighting hard. The KV-8, curious choice, but it, you know, did survive almost the entire game, only dying about a minute earlier. Did some big damage, got some nice wipes. But yeah, really did come down to S.L.A.Y.E.R trying to go in for the dive, which, yeah, I can kind of understand in one regard, but not when the VPs are like that. You know, if it's still 300 to 300, you really want to kill the KV-2. I still think it's not a good idea, obviously, but I could see it. But when you've only got to drain 25 VPs, you can easily just branch out for a triple cap. It just didn't make any sense at all, unfortunately. And after that point, the Allies really just took control of the game. Relicaa losing a few squads trying to cap on the edges and in the center, and just had trouble building back from that. A little bit unfortunate that the Werfer scatter just maybe wasn't that strong for Relicaa this game. Decently targeted, but didn't really get those wipes, and that kept ZodiAK in the hunt the entire match. But yeah, GG, fun one. Impressive comeback. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.